Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 4th of July. The main thrust of your sign is adventurism, is an openness to new ideas. But something could come up this week which really does require you to stop, think, and perhaps even go through some kind of confrontation, even with yourself, to get really clear about how you stand in some kind of commitment, a financial matter, an emotional matter, which could stir your passions in a very intense way. The week begins, of course, with Independence Day, and that's something that every Sagittarian really appreciates, the concept of independence. But it's your interdependence that's really at stake this week, because the new moon, which occurs on Monday, also angles up to Neptune, which has been having a very powerful effect on you since the middle of May, as it's squared up with Saturn in Sagittarius, and that's going to go on through to the middle of October. It's not an easy aspect, I'll be really honest with you. It's a very draining one. Neptune can be an influence which dissolves structures. Saturn's about structures. When it's in our own sign, like it is for you now, it's about really slimming down our world to make it really focused on the most essential areas. But just as you're trying to do that, some of those essential areas still may not be quite getting a foothold. So this is a very important week with Neptune forging a positive link to the new moon, to think about how you can use your imagination on the things you're trying to build up. And anything to do with property or a very close alliance in business or in a romantic context, which is going well, this can be a very important next 4 weeks for you. Now the Sun obviously is at the heart of all of this, but that's combining with Mercury too this week, and that can give you some fantastic ideas about how you can improve your financial fortunes. But there is also an amazing link between Mars and Venus is in this deep and passionate area too. Now when these two get together, it's usually very good for romance. But what might surprise you is who you start thinking about when it comes to an attraction, because it could be someone who is from your past, or you might start to find that you're thinking very differently about very close alliances. Your freedom love inside is really going to be challenged this week by all of this, because Uranus, which is very much good for you at the moment in terms of helping you to be spontaneous, well, that's clashing with Venus. So you may find that there's that part of you that wants to do your own thing is competing in turn with another part of you that wants to settle or wants to be intensely close with someone. And it may be a sort of push and pull in both directions. However, later in the week, both the Sun and Mercury then get into a full-on conflict with Pluto. Over the last 7 years, Pluto has been transforming the way you think about money, your values, how you earn a living, even perhaps around what you eat and drink. And this opposition between the Sun and Mercury and Pluto could be that you're coming up against some kind of challenge to what you've enjoyed. There's also been quite a lot of extravagance that's gone on around Pluto, especially in its clash with Uranus in recent years. And if you have found excess, whether it's good food, good wine, good beer, or perhaps even around your love life, you're now being asked to be much more focused on what's really right for you. And that may mean paring down your desires in some way. And that's not necessarily easy. We all like the good things in life. A little bit of what we like does us no harm, but too much then can become greed driven. So if you find yourself yearning for a big ticket item you can't really afford, or maybe there's someone you have a magnetic attraction towards, but you know at the very root of yourself they're not good for you, you need to listen to your inner voice as this week draws to a close. However, if you can make the transition from being more independent and resisting any interdependency whatsoever, and you can work more closely with other people, this could be a sensational week of growth, enlightenment, and new possibilities. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.